What up, YouTube? This is your girl Pimp, back with another video, back with another Black excellent video, and I definitely have a special guest with me today. But before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below. You can even thumbs it down, I don't care. But without further ado, I have my special guest. We're going to talk about a little prepping, a little growing, all that good stuff. Gina versus Gina. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for blessing my channel.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. So I've been watching your channel and I've been trying to get into the whole prepping thing and growing things. And my mom and my grandma have a green thumb, but I don't. Everything I get, well, you know what? It doesn't die on me, but I can't make stuff plenish, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But before we get into the interview, I'm already starting talking. Introduce yourself to the people who don't know who you are.
I am Gina. My channel name is GINAvsGINA. I do a lot of content on meal prep, recipes, gardening, budgeting. That's a mosh posh of stuff over in my channel.
Yes, and I definitely like the budgeting part. So what made you get into the whole YouTube?
I originally got into YouTube, which is nothing what my channel is about now. But when I started a weight loss journey, and I was like, I'm going to document it through YouTube because I was following people who did that. And that was in 2011.
Okay.
So at that time I was doing that. Plus I started doing recipes for like the foods I was eating while on the weight loss journey. And I noticed that a lot of people really like the recipe videos. So then I started just doing recipe videos for the most part. Because I like to cook, so easy peasy, something I enjoy doing. And then it just has evolved from there. I got into gardening a few years ago and budgeting a few years ago, and just been adding like sharing the things that I do, and for somebody else out there who might be interested.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. What made you want to go on the weight loss journey?
Because I needed to. Because I needed to, sis. I still do.
Yeah.
And I am still on one. I'm still on one now. I tend to yo-yo, so I'll lose and gain and lose and gain. But now I just kind of do it like I communicate with a lot of people that we do it together, do stuff together, and kind of keep each other on track. But I don't document it on YouTube.
Oh man, I think you should be a great motivation.
I know.
So, because I've lost quite a bit of weight over the years. I had just went to my my university. We had what we call Black Student Reunion, and I went to East Illinois University, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Pimp, you lost so much weight," you know. And it wasn't really intentional. It was just instead of eating 10-piece chicken wings, I only eat 4. You know, I've been doing once a week. I've been doing meatless Mondays, where I don't eat any meat at all on Mondays and things like that. I'm starting to get into the whole pastas, where I have chickpea pasta, lentil pasta. So replacing them carbs, because I love rice. I love pasta. You know, I'm not a bread person. I love potatoes. Me and my grandma, we love potatoes. But I was like, okay, I'm getting older, and that's not sticking with my body too well.
Yep.
At all.
Same.
So.
I could do meatless meals every day. It wouldn't bother me. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I'm like you. I love my carbs. And it's not the sugar. I'm not a sweet person, but give me the savory any day.
Yeah, I know. Dipping in some sauce and. So what's that?
But I love chickpeas and stuff too. So I
love chickpeas.
I do chickpea recipes. I did a video for a chickpea curry that's really good.
I actually have done that a while back. You know, good old YouTube. Good old YouTube. And you kind of don't miss the meat, especially since they got all these substitutes now. And you know, mushrooms is a great substitute, which I love mushrooms.
I didn't used to like mushrooms, but what I found is it wasn't that I didn't like mushrooms. I don't like certain mushrooms.
Oh yeah.
So when I started dabbing into meatless meals, I started trying like the oyster mushrooms and stuff like, oh my gosh. Yes.
And the oyster
Yes.
mushrooms, they do give that little shredded chicken
Yes.
texture. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Fry them up. Like, ooh. Yeah.
Yes.
I do understand that. And I've been doing like the cauliflower thing and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Just to replace the rice and all that
Yep.
stuff. And that helped a lot. Now I just need to
It does.
do the work and go do
Yep.
some exercise or something. But
Yeah.
one thing at a time now. One thing
That's
at
right.
a time.
That's right.
Now, what state are you from?
Ohio.
You're from Ohio. Okay. So where did you get your green thumb? Like, was it always there, or you just learned?
I just went out there, put some stuff in the ground, and seen what it did, and it grew.
Wow.
It grew. I bet you think you don't have a green thumb, and you can actually grow some stuff.
Man, well, like I said, I don't kill them. I don't kill them. So I do maintain them. But like with my grandma, she can take a plant that's on its last leg and like bring it back to like 10 times better than it was before. You know, so I've been kind of wanting to develop that type of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I can do it with outdoor stuff. I cannot grow stuff indoors.
Oh wow, yeah, she can do indoor and outdoor.
See, I can't do that. I'm like you with the indoor. I might be able to keep it alive.
Right.
I might.
I keep it alive. Give the sunlight and some water, but
yeah, because you got to know a lot of stuff. You got to know, like, does this need a lot of light? Does it need a little bit of light? No.
Yeah, and the soil. Yeah. What was the first thing that you grew?
The first things that I grew were peppers, tomatoes, and cucumbers.
Okay. And that was it something that somebody told you, recommended, or you just like, let me try this?
I knew that I liked all those things. So I was like, let me try these first. And I did them in buckets. I went to Lowe's, and bought these 5-gallon buckets and just put soil in there and put the plant in there. And I was able to grow fruit. I grew my tomatoes from seed. I just put a seed in there and I grew tomatoes and my cucumbers. The only thing I bought plants for was some of my peppers. But I grew some of those from seed too. And I was like, wow, I actually grew food. Yeah. And my husband was like, well, why you grow them in buckets? Why didn't you do it in the yard? I said, because I didn't know if I could grow nothing. I don't want to mess up the yard.
Right.
So the next season I did. Now I have a whole space in the yard that I garden in, and I grow a little bit of everything. Melons, watermelon, cantaloupe, squash, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, you name it, it's probably out there.
Oh, wow. It's probably. Now, is there a particular type of dirt that you use, or did you use the dirt that was already in the backyard?
I went and bought soil. So I bought, what kind is that? But I bought it from the store. It is, I can see the bag like it's in front of me, and I cannot think of the name of the soil. But anyway, it's an organic soil, and I just bought that and filled up my garden beds with that and manure. And this year, every year I just have to top it off a little bit, but for the most part, you're just reusing the same soil.
Okay. And then the fruit and stuff regrows itself every year?
No, I have to plant new seeds every year.
Do you? Okay, I always wondered that, especially when it came to like the watermelon and cucumbers. Yeah. Something that just regrows itself.
Nope. Okay. I just drop new seeds. So like when you cut into something, just think about when you actual organic watermelon, because I know they have the seedless ones, but a seeded watermelon, those seeds that are in there, that's going to grow a plant. So when I cut up my watermelon that I grow this year, I just take my seeds out and wash them, rinse them off some to get the fruit off of it, and let them dry out, and then I put them in baggies, and that's what I'll grow from next year.
Okay, now with watermelon, because it's like two different seeds, is the black seeds, or do they both grow? Like you got the black seed and then like the little white seed?
The black seed is the one that grows.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The white seed is that seedless thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I don't get anything seedless. If it's supposed to have seeds, I get seeds. That's not, to me, that's not natural, because it comes with seeds.
Yeah. So
So,
everything that you cut open, like you cut open a cucumber and it has the little seeds in there, if you let those dry out, that's your seeds to grow a new cucumber plant. One seed will grow a whole plant full of cucumbers.
oh
So,
wow. So
hmm
are they like on vines, the cucumbers?
cucumbers they do vine.
Okay. And then how many grow from that one seed?
It depends on the variety. Like I did some pickling cucumbers this year. I probably had somewhere between 30 to 40 cucumbers.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
One seed?
Yeah. And
Wow.
depending on how much space you give stuff to grow, it'd probably do better than that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So is it okay? So I know everything has seasons. So tell me what would a good season be to start growing, say, cucumbers?
That's a spring. So most cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, those are all things that you want to start in the spring, going into the summer because they need heat and sun to grow. Um, so most of the stuff that I grow like that, like you can grow, there's some things that you can grow both seasons. Like you can grow them now that it's starting to cool off into early winter, like collards. You can grow collards all year.
Really?
They'll pretty much hold up throughout summer and the winter months. I've had a collard plant survive a cold winter through ice and snow and everything. Kale would typically grow in both seasons. Cabbage, because I grew some cabbage, but I don't know if the cabbage does well in the hot summer, but I grew cabbage and harvested in early summer. And I could grow it now and harvest it in late fall, early winter.
Early winter. Okay. So it grows pretty fast.
It takes it depends. It could take anywhere from 2 to 3 months depending on the variety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I already have stuff for fall growing now, starting now. So broccoli, cabbage, kale, collards, carrots, stuff like that. I'm starting to grow now for the fall.
Okay. Now what's that one plant that you hate to grow? Like gives you most trouble.
I found this year. This is the first year I figured that out. I grew it was called a honey nut squash. I had never had it before. I've never eaten it, never grown it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna grow it and see if it's something that I like. That plant, it was ridiculous. It was so freaking big. It took over. It was growing in my watermelon bed. It grew around the back of my fence line. It's coming out into the yard. It's huge. I said, I won't grow that again. I won't grow it again.
Well, I heard that squash.
Haven't eaten it yet.
Yeah, I heard that squash and zucchini and pumpkins, like they can grow out of control if you let them.
This squash plant, there was nothing I could do. It was a vining plant and I didn't know it was a vining plant. I've grown zucchini before. Zucchini is not really, it's very bushy.
Okay.
It's not a vining plant, it's a bushier plant and it can get pretty big. But it's not that bad. Like I grew zucchini, just regular zucchini last year and my family loved it. They loved it.
I bet. I bet. Now what's that one plant that you love to grow? You love to see it season come. I'm ready.
Any hot pepper. I gotta have my hot peppers.
Okay.
Period.
And
Period. That's probably number one.
Yeah. Which one do you grow? Do you grow the Reaper?
I did. No, I didn't grow the Reaper this year. I couldn't find it. I grew a ghost pepper, Scotch bonnet, cayenne, Tabasco, jalapeno, banana.
Oh wow.
What else did I have out there? I had a couple other ones. I can't think of the varieties, but I always grow a bunch of hot peppers, and I'll do different stuff with them. Like last weekend, I made some salsa. So I put some jalapenos in it, and I had put one ghost pepper in it because I was like, I don't know, I don't want to be too hot. So I put one ghost pepper in there, and that might have been it. Oh, I also grew poblano's this year, which is something I didn't grow before. But yeah, I typically will do that, like make salsas. I'll dehydrate it and make my own chili hot pepper flakes. But I want to try to make my own hot sauce, which is why I grew Tabasco and cayenne peppers. I'm going to try to make my own hot sauce.
Oh, that would be awesome. I want to try it. I want to try the salsa.
I hope it turns out because I'm excited. I want to be able to make my own stuff, like my own hot sauce, my own ketchup, my own barbecue sauce. So I'm kind of dabbing in learning how to do those things.
Okay. So because I know I have another friend who also grows as well, and have you seen a significance, like as far as like your grocery bill goes? Because you know, products like that is so high in stores, you know.
Yeah, I do see a difference in not having to buy in mainly the spring and summer, like needing a tomato for burgers or something, and just being able to go out there and get a tomato out of my garden. I grew lettuce in my garden, so going out there and getting lettuce to have for a salad or for you know, for whatever, your sandwiches or whatever. It's something about, it's not only just the grocery part of it, it is something prideful about being able to walk out in your yard and go and just take your snippers and snip some stuff out, go in your house and cook and make your meal with the stuff you just took out that you grew.
Oh man, I bet. What's something that you haven't grown yet that you want to grow?
That's a good question.
I feel like you've grown a lot. Some of everything.
I have, but there are things that I don't because I don't think I have the space to grow it. What is something that I haven't grown that I would like to grow? I don't know. I don't know, because I have tried my hand at growing so many things. Yeah. I would love, because of Ohio, we get cold. I can't grow certain things. Like I would love to be able to grow like some more warm weather plants. Like I had a friend send me some cuttings from their dragon fruit trees to grow dragon fruit. I can't grow no dragon fruit here.
Yeah, not in the Midwest.
Yeah. And it's like, yes, you can. You just have to bring it in. I'm not bringing no plants in from outside because then if a bug get in my house, I'm gonna have a problem. So I can't do it. So those are probably the things that I wish I could. Anything that's like a orange plant or lemons.
Lemons, yeah,
stuff like that.
Oh man. Yeah, so with do you do a lot? I know when people grow, do you do a lot of canning and stuff in jars? Okay.
I do. I just started canning last year, and I can my tomatoes. I can make my own pasta sauce. I do my own pasta sauce. I make my own salsa. I can some meats. I've canned broth, soups. Jams and jellies.
Oh, I love jams and jellies. I love jams.
And they're so easy. Yes. Okay, yes, you can make a jelly. Like instead of going to the grocery store and buying a jar of jelly, you could make a jelly by going and getting you some juicy juice. You'll put that into a pan with some sugar and pectin. And pectin is a canning product that helps gel up the juice. Okay. So you'll just pick whatever flavor you want and do that. That's the easiest way to make a jelly. And then you just cook it until it bubbles. It starts to get a little rolling boil and let it just do that for a couple minutes. And then you just jar it up and it will set into your jelly.
Really? That sounds good, Gina. Sounds good.
It's so easy.
I might mess it up.
You won't.
I won't.
Trust me,
Okay.
and there's so many people on YouTube doing it. I don't do canning videos per se. I usually can on another channel on YouTube.
Okay.
TT's Urban Pantry. She's a canner, and she allows me to come on there and can with her. So all of my canning I've done has been through her direction because I didn't know nothing about canning.
Okay.
But I jumped on it. Like she was like, "You could come up." I was like, "Listen, don't tell me twice."
Don't
Teach
threaten me
me
with a good
all the
time.
things. I want to know those things because that's a good thing to have. Like I don't have to go buy pasta sauce. I can my own pasta, my own pasta sauce. I don't have to go buy jellies. I can and make my own jellies. So I can up my peppers, my jalapenos. I'll make my own pepper slices and pickle them and can them up so that I'll have my own jalapenos when I want nachos or tacos or whatever.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
my
And
cucumbers, I make my own pickles.
Ooh. See,
Yeah.
Look, there go a business right there. You know, if you ever need a taste tester.
I'd be like, now listen, I don't know if I want to do it for other people though.
Yeah, because I mean, especially if it's good, the demand probably get out of hand.
That's my fear, the demand.
Okay, you doing this because you want to relax and eat healthier.
Yes.
You can't be making good stuff and not share.
I know. I will. Now, see, I will share, but it's when it's being asked for that I'll be like, because then that'd be work. Like, I sent a bunch of people jellies last year because I did like the jalapeno, the pepper jam, and it's not. It's contrary to what people think when they hear pepper jam, they think hot, and it's not. It does have a slight kick to it. Even Billy, who don't like hot stuff, enjoyed it. But I did do some hot ones. I did one that I took one of my watermelons last year and juiced it and made a watermelon jalapeno jelly, and it was fire. It tasted like a watermelon Jolly Rancher with peppers in it. It was so good.
That sound good.
It was good.
See, and now I'm gonna have to be inboxing you like, man, you making jelly? Want to try something new? I'll try it for you. See how it goes.
Was so good. I plan on doing that watermelon one again this year. Okay. I just harvested my last watermelon I think I'm gonna get this year. I saw a couple baby ones out there, but I don't think they're gonna get any size to them. And I think I'm gonna juice it up and make that jelly again because it was that good. Because I was tossing wings in it. I would make some air fry some chicken wings. Yeah. And then I would melt the jelly down and toss it up. Oh, it was so good. It was
like talking my language. I love a good wing with a good sauce on it. Ooh, you're gonna have to patent that. You're gonna have to. I'm telling you, because people will steal your ideas so quick, fast, in a hurry.
Listen.
You might want to patent that one because that's different. I never even heard of that, but I will. I'll try anything. Just
coming up with combinations like of things to do. Like if you think of it, try it. Like if you think of a flavor that sounds good to you, you know, it's up to the person who's eating it. And I was like, I don't know. I had this watermelon sitting on the counter last year, and I was like, I wonder if I could juice this and make my own jelly. And I went on YouTube and I saw people did watermelon jelly, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, but I want jalapenos in mine.
Gotcha. And then, do you do anything else prepping wise? You know, besides the food angle?
I do. I prep. I couponed for like, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 years. I was like extreme couponing. Yeah. And so I used to do some content on that too. I haven't done that in a long time though, because I stopped couponing. But I do prep with that kind of stuff. So like toiletries, cleaning supplies, all that kind of stuff. I haven't had to buy that stuff in years because I used to get so much of it when I was couponing. Yeah. So I prep with that kind of stuff. I've started prepping with like just things that, you know, emergency prep type stuff, candles, matches, things like if there's a power outage, so different stuff that you would need in case of that, different emergency, like medical kit stuff, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I do prep with that stuff as well outside of
Okay.
food.
Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. So what more can we see from the channel? What upcoming content you have going?
I do have a freezer meal prep video coming. I need to edit because this time of year, I tend to do more preps for my freezers to make it easier for dinners throughout
Yes.
the month.
Yes.
Because some days I just don't want to come home and cook when I get off of work.
Yeah.
Especially if it's colder. It's easier to, like, on your way out the door, throw something in your crock pot and just head out the door. Well, if it's already into a freezer bag, all you gotta do is dump the whole thing in your crock pot and go. You don't have to cut up stuff and prep it up. So I prep in advance for those kind of things. And I just did one, like, I think that was a couple weekends ago, and I recorded it. I just haven't edited and all that, but that's going to come out.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing a pantry challenge for next month.
Okay.
Just with everyone, not so much a particular community, just anybody who wants to do it. And what I do is I challenge everyone to minimize. So it's almost tapping into two things: budgeting and using what you got. And so you come up with a minimum budget. So like my house, I have 3 people in my house, and I'll usually budget somewhere from $25 to $35 a week. And that's just for filler items. So I will plan my menu based on what I already have in my house. So what's in my freezer, what's in my pantry, putting some meals together. And then I would just have to buy things that, you run out of: milk, eggs. If I'm making hoagies or subs, I might have to go get a hoagie roll to do that, but it has to fit into that budget. You can't go over your challenging yourself to stay in a small window of amount of money for that month. And so many people grocery shop when they still have, I'm guilty of this. I'll grocery shop and I have stuff that we can be eating, and I'll be buying new stuff instead of cooking the stuff that I have. So it's challenging you to not lose things in your cabinet or your pantry that you should be eating, and not find it 2 years later and be like, oh, I had these
all this time. Yeah, definitely has happened to me before. Okay, well, I'm loving it. I can't wait to see all this come out. I know you made a stew. I was watching a video where you made a stew, and I said I'm gonna make the stew as well, because I do like me some good old stew. And that's, like you said, that's something that you can freeze. If you make too much of it, come back to it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try.
And that one was so good. It was my first time doing it, and it was a curry. It was Jamaican curry. It was good. I ate There's nobody else in my family, because my husband, he ain't big on soups. He like, that don't fill me up. So I get those kind of. It was, but I had it all to myself. I ate it for like a week. I ate every bowl of it to myself.
I don't blame you. Well, let the people know how they can reach you, how they can get to your content, all that good stuff.
All right. I am GINAvsGINA on YouTube. I think if you search GINAvsGINA 1, you'll find me, because they make it difficult. And it's all together. There's no spaces in between that. And on Instagram, I don't post as much over there, but I have been trying to post over there more. I am _ my season, the number 2, and win. So my season to win, _ my season to win. So I try to post just especially on YouTube, I'm usually constant on there. Usually do Frugal Fridays every Friday. We might discuss budgeting. We might discuss just about anything. So everything isn't about money or being frugal so much, but I still call it Frugal Friday because you can find a way to make anything frugal, saving.
Yes.
If I'm talking about meal prep, and we can talk about how we can do that in a cheap way, in a more, budgeted way. So I'm usually on there every Friday at 6 o'clock Eastern time, and anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. I'm live, and I try to post content just regularly on whatever's flying around me. So it could be my meal preps, it could be the gardening, it could be budgeting, all the things we talk about it. And if it's something that people want to see more of or hear more, hear me talk about more, if they tell me that, I will do that.
Awesome sauce. Well, I'm excited. Like I said, I've been watching the videos and catching them on past videos. And maybe one day I'll hit you up like, look what I grew. So,
I
but
think I think you can do it.
gotta do a little trial and error though. A little trial and
Yes,
error.
yes.
I might have to call you, be like, this one ain't making it. What am I
Listen,
doing
and
it wrong?
I'll help you get it through.
I really appreciate this interview so much. I thank you so much for taking the time out to do this. Because I think
No
it's important that
problem.
people know about prepping, and especially people like us, our
Yeah,
kind. It's
that's
a
why
lot
I
of us.
do it.
Yeah, a lot of us do it, but we
Yep,
don't know a lot of us do it.
yep, yep.
So I'm glad that you have this content out here. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Well,
That's why I do it. I think about, I always have us in mind when the things that I share. That's why I started sharing the budgeting. I'm like, listen, I was bad with money for most of my life. It took a
yeah,
long time before I got savvy with it because we don't get taught it.
right.
So we kind of get pushed out into the world and we start learning it as we
As we
go,
get
and we make a
older,
lot of
yeah,
mistakes along the way. And I'm
yeah.
like, I want our people to be comfortable. Like, there's a way to be comfortable and not have to sacrifice the things that you enjoy doing, the vacations, the shopping. You can still do those things. It's just a way to do it and still, be financially savvy.
Oh man, well, GINAvsGINA, thank you again. Hey YouTube, that is it on this Black Excellent video. Make sure you go subscribe and follow her on all her social media. Don't forget to like, thumbs this up as well. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and we will definitely catch you on the next video. Y'all make it a good one. Peace.